into dust.
I've got to learn how to do that.
I hope I don't forget, but my plan is to go, oh, it was, hello, my name is Kevin. This is Dirty 20 Gaming, and I just about blew something right there, right in front of everybody, because I forgot I hit the button. Oh, that was close. Oh, wow. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for waiting. We're like 6 minutes past the top of the hour, but, stuff had to get done. So here we are now. That makes me ready. Let's cross the...
We're 6 minutes. I mean, we're 6 minutes past the hour, but, we're worth it.
It was 54 minutes before the next one. We are way ahead of time. Anyway, let's do the technicals first. The character art you see here is done using Hero Forge. The background image and almost all the art that you see in the game is from the actual module itself of Storm King's Thunder, which we have already tortured and we've only just started. And other than that, let's get to the people. Oh, we're using Roll20 as our virtual tabletop. I almost forgot that. Let's get to the people. The people are the Scarred Adventurer joining us to play Creature, a decidedly bright character. Oh, no, wait, that's somebody else. Never mind. Thank you for joining us. And tell us what you're doing when you're not here.
When I'm not here, I am running a small website called thescarredadventure.com with a bunch of lovely people that I'm always happy to expand and keep adding to, because no one ever said you can have too many people in the website. They have said that.
Not in this case, though. Not in this case. There's plenty of room for creativity over there.
Yes. If you are a creative type and you like and you want another place to put your stuff, send me a message, or anyone else that's on the blog a message, and someone will
find us.
Probably respond in some way, shape, or form. I hope.
Yep. And you can find, please pop up the link directly to you. But if they missed that, they can always come to our Discord as well. Never mind. Karis has beat you to it. Eternally organized have once again struck.
Yeah. I mean, there's even a little contact us section in the little title page.
Yes. So, yeah, use that. That brings up a good point. Until something is wrong, has anybody ever pushed that button to just, go, hey, great job?
No.
Hey, no?
Weirdly, my dad managed to get my email address from that.
Yeah, okay, we're talking again. That's a whole different story.
We're talking again. It's getting a bit better. We're not going into that. It's a bit long conversation.
Let's go to the next person, shall we? Let me just segue. Let me just you sit there and stew for a little while. I'm going to segue. Okay. Oh, speaking of segues, that made no sense. Riding in on a two-wheeled vehicle is more difficult to control than it looks. Playing forward. Bickford Bark Swipe. All three of them are going, Bison Stonefist. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing Bickford to us. Is this a Monday where the Monday thing's going to happen, or is this an alternating Monday?
I believe so. Last week, I think I missed it I ended up watching you guys. That's what it was. I was having a bad night and I ended up watching you guys.
We went trucking, right? Yeah,
you guys went trucking. Yeah. And so I think tonight's going to be a little bit, or tomorrow night. Tonight I'm doing this. Yes. Tomorrow night I will be playing Control on my Twitch channel, Bison_Stonefist. I'll throw it in there in a sec.
Please do.
On Saturdays I am One Ball on our show. Cathedral Deep. I had to think for a sec.
Which I just realized, with no explanation, sounds really rude.
Yeah, it's better than you're two balls. I'm two balls. Yeah. One Ball is a Warforged Ranger. It makes sense when you see it.
You have to tune in on Saturday to find out. Yeah.
One Ball. I think they also called him Lance Armstrong.
Do you have the ball to face me?
Fine form this evening. Thank you so much, Bison, for joining us and bringing us this amazing character. I like this guy. He kind of reminds me of me in my late teens. Where are you going? I don't know. You got beer? Yeah, then I'm going there. Yeah, okay. Next. Oh, the most regular of regulars. It's probably a tie, but I think if we actually add it up, I honestly believe Solar Dasher is probably our most on stream, more other than me, person on this entire channel. So thank you again. Thank you for bringing Beowulf to us. And I know you are busy in the real world. Have you managed to get any streaming in?
I was playing with my sister a couple of days ago, Fortnite, which was on her channel, but not on mine, sadly. The good news is starting tomorrow, hopefully things will start getting better. And maybe I can try and get in a stream on a Wednesday. Because my Tuesdays are normally busy. My Thursdays are normally busy. Sometimes Fridays are, especially when I'm with you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can definitely catch me on my Twitter, on my Twitch, but I do have a Twitter also under for Solar_Dasher.
Okay.
But
Yes.
when I'm not doing that, I'm working or I'm role playing on my own website. If you want to know more, you can hit me up in the Discord channel.
Excellent. Yes, and that's probably the easiest way to get all of us. I'm just seeing a little bit of fiddle here. Let me move. I gotta move these lights around a little bit. See if I can get rid of some of this. Or do I just have to sit back? Yeah, I don't like it.
Two men walk into a bar.
They say, "Oh, that hurt. I walked into a bar." As long as I sit just like this, we're perfect.
Sorry,
Okay.
I need to respond to some text messages.
Yeah. With that,
I'm kidding.
Let's drop
You guys are
back
the
in.
only messages I get.
We missed somebody.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Damn it!
You forgot Iticus, our
I
most
am.
precious player.
I was going to make an excuse. I'm not. I have no excuses for this. I'm melting. We got no AC here, and anyway, that does not excuse this. I saved you for last because everybody loves Iticus, and then I forgot Iticus because I don't know. I'm an idiot. I'd rather
Only
look
3
at
feet
lights.
tall. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Little.
but Iticus played for us by Sarah. How are your channels going when you're not here?
Over at Tango Production and Tango Production on Location, I had to restart a whole script.
Oh no.
But it's okay. It's okay.
Yep.
I got the tone right now. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Excellent.
So once it's safe, I can film again.
Yes. Oh, that's the thing, right? All
Oh,
these
yeah.
creative people trying to find outlets for their stuff that usually, or at least used to, require that you were, sort of next to each other.
Yeah.
And that's not feasible at the moment.
No.
So
My end it's totally feasible, but I've written like 3 different beginnings and I hate all of them.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. We are just going to deal with this mess behind me because I don't care anymore. I'm not going to look. Chat, only look at me from never mind. Let's go. That's enough. That's 14 minutes. Well, we didn't start on time. That's enough. Anyway, let's do this. When we left you guys, you had a rather silly night of fun, rage, and an interesting combination of the two. Injuries were afflicted from afar. Judgments were passed on many ones, and many failed to come up to the grade. And in the end, the party walked away tired, but at least a little more interested, or a little more engaged with the local community, shall we say. Let's just leave it at that. Other than that, the 4 of you, as you step out the door, Corfell with you, they stop. The jaw falls open. And you all look at them like, what? That kind of cathedral! I gotta go find an ant! And vaporizes in a little cloud of transportational dust and heads back. You see that dust sort of fade off in the distance of the cathedral that you guys just came from. The one made entirely of trees. It looks a lot like what's behind Bickford. So apparently Corfell is off to apologize for not understanding that all cathedrals aren't made out of stone.
He'll learn how to do that. That's a neat trick. I thought I was a good sneak, and he just whew,
Sorcerously sneaky. Narratively sneaky, which is the
almost
worst kind.
cheating.
Yeah.
It is always just run very fast that way.
And as soon as they look where you point, you go the other way at speed.
Hey, look, a distraction.
Yes. So, the four of you, the sun is rising, bags under everybody's eyes, the aftermath of all that rage and adrenaline and knockout gases and repeated shocks from wands. Behind you, the ruins of Noanar Keep or Noanar's Hold. It's
I'm
secret
still not
out
on
now.
the map, by the way. Sorry.
Sorry?
I'm not actually on the map. I just got a black square in Roll20. I don't know if I was supposed to.
Anybody else? Or can the rest of you see the map?
I'm on the map.
You should be able to see the big green dot, right? On the map.
I don't
Okay.
see squat.
Let me check the character.
I honestly thought you did it for like narrative purposes from the last week's episode.
Oh, it's in all players, try refreshing your page. Oh, actually, because, I think, maybe you were here early enough.
Catching dragons. That's dangerous.
All right. Can you see us now? Can you see us now?
Nope. It's still a big black square. What the F? Weird. Anywho, I can see it on the Twitch screen. It's close enough.
Okay. Well, I mean, you guys aren't going far anyway. So, yes.
Good. I was about to start singing show tunes to pass time.
No, we've wasted far more than enough time.
Indeed.
I'm melting. Let's go. Let's do something quick
It would've
before I
been
start to
from
think. Yeah. What are the four of you going to do? The trees
think-
behind you. Yeah. Beowulf.
We had a plan that we were going to Calling Horns.
I believe the long-term plan was to get to Calling Horns, follow the Evermore Way, and then the Tribor Trail, all the way to the High Road and Neverwinter, I think was the long-run plan.
Yeah.
That sound
I
right?
remember a conversation about heading east to the town I can't see on the map.
Everland?
Neverwinter.
Oh, the
Not
eastward.
Neverwinter.
Let me map up here. Yeah, Everlund is the one that
because there was some sort of
or off to the east.
crap, some sort of like transport circle.
There
or
is
something.
transport circles
Because
there.
that had to do with Beowulf's
Yep.
conversation with the.
That's also the last place the druid, the tree druid saw the person that they asked you to find.
Okay. So were we going to go to there or were we going to go to Neverwinter?
West to never. You stand. It's perfect because we finished the last one at the end of that crossroads. You literally stand at a T, and across from you is one of those traditional D&D posts with two arrow sticks on it, and one says "Calling Horns," and below it in slightly larger letters and a much bigger number beside it, Neverwinter, Yartar, the whole list. The other direction, Oliston's Hold and Everlund. This is me trying to narratively make up for the fact that Bickford can't see the map.
Bickford doesn't have a dog in this fight, so he's just going to go with whatever the party chooses.
Well, what do you think, creature? Iticus?
I don't know this druid. Flat out.
All right. Well,
It makes the most sense to me to go to the place that I thought we were going to begin with. That I thought we were going to go to begin with. Yes, 222 to 22.
Because it's one of those days. We're just going to play through it.
Blame the fact that it's rained for the first time in 2 months in the Okanagan.
Yeah, it might be part of it. Anyway.
And I'm blaming the fact I haven't slept in 24 hours.
Okay, good. Excellent. A round of excuses.
We all got
We're good to go.
excuses.
Yes. Where will Corfell? I'm running out of places to wake people up. I had to do it last night too.
okay.
I mean,
Did
just go with
somebody
my
come awake
method.
under
He
a
sneezes
stage?
really hard and then just pops into existence.
So
The friend-
Bickford has done that thing where he's sitting down drinking an ale, his breakfast ale, and waiting
Yeah,
for other
his
people to decide where you're
breakfast.
going. Yeah. I believe Iticus hasn't said anything yet.
Nope.
Inicus doesn't care.
Just looking for shiny rocks.
He's gonna sit down with Bickford.
Yeah.
Look, it kind of comes down to you or I, Beowulf. It's just
Well, I was
Look.
asking where you wanted to go. You want to go to Neverwinter? We can go to Neverwinter.
okay. So apparently, it's all up to me. Neverwinter, it is. Onwards!
You start to head to the west. It's going to take you all day to get to Calling Horns. On the way there, you've got plenty of time because you're walking. I mean, you're tired and all. Actually, because you're tired, only because you're tired, give me perception checks. See if you notice anything on the way. Other than the normal, I mean, there's always stuff. Right? This is a busy
6.
road, both directions.
I see nothing.
Creature,
Yeah.
the being that doesn't need to sleep. Apparently, we see the best.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, you're the. This also makes perfect sense. Just as evening is coming on, everybody else is just like they were tired before, on the brink of exhaustion. If anything serious was going to happen in the next few hours, you guys would be if you weren't at the start of today, you would be by now if you're capable of being exhausted. I know some of you aren't. But creature, as you walk into Calling Horns, you see another one of these signposts. And it's got an arrow stick on it that says Calling Horns. A respectful, lawful city, it says. And pinned to the post below it is a wanted poster.
Creature is going to. It's a weird thing. Creature can and can't read things. I'm just going by the assumption he smells the ink.
Okay, yep.
And then he can
Smells like a
smell
G.
the shape that
Yep.
the ink is in.
Absolutely. Well, that's easy because I just changed the sense words. What you smell, you have to get close because it's ink and it's been dry for a while. But what you smell,
No, there's it's just a long lick.
yeah. Okay, but you head over to the post. The other three of you see Creature peel off towards this post, and as soon as he heads, like you're going, why is he going there? Oh, there's a bit of paper on there. It kind of looks like a poster, and then he licks it. The rest of you step up, or do I just describe this to him?
Bickford goes to check to see if it's him.
You get to the poster.
Yeah.
And you
Beowulf-
taste, smell, yeah. The Beowulf, you step up as well. Iticus
Inicus steps up.
follows too. Yeah,
Iticus can't read though, can he?
doesn't
Nope.
matter. No, it
If he
doesn't
recognizes
matter.
the picture,
Those that can read see across the top, wanted by the Church of Justice. And below that, a tall figure with no face, an even taller figure covered in fur, surrounded by casks of ale. There's like 7 around him. A tiny metal monster, all covered in spikes and just big gnarly teeth, and it doesn't look like the real Iticus. And a wolf, literally a wolf in human's clothes, the face ripping out of the hood.
Oh my god.
Those of you that can read, below it, it says, "Help us stop the infestation." The faceless one, a vampire of no conscience. The other, a monster that lives under your children's beds. A werewolf, capable of eating you or your children when you're not looking, and under no control of their own. And a tiny metal monster, capable of hiding anywhere and springing forth from any location. Information will be greatly rewarded. Church of Justice.
Creature just sighs. I mean, we just sigh so heavily.
Yep.
And we just kind of pull into our pack, start rummaging through and handing people outfits.
Beowulf is actually going to narratively find like an inkwell and pen
Yeah.
and deface the doggone thing to make it look even weirder.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, make it comical. Yeah, put a face on creature so it's got one. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like cover in some of the words.
Okay, so yeah.
Big Fred's trying to figure out the
Make it
physics of
sound
how
like
he
it.
can fit under a normal person's bed.
Yeah, Beowulf. I like this very much. I would like you to give me an intelligence check. As soon as you said messing with the text, I thought of something.
Okay. And it's up here, derp.
All I can imagine is Urch of Ice.
Well, we're gonna. 2. That's unfortunate.
You're dumb.
Oh.
You know, Creature is going to try to assist.
No, it's okay.
It
No,
is-
I fixed this already. I just turned a 1, a critical fail.
The monster
Beowulf,
under your
you don't
bed.
realize, like, you're just crossing out letters and writing, turning some of them into rude symbols and stuff on the picture. When you're done, you step away. Anybody that can read sees completely by accident Beowulf has left an incredibly rude phrase made up of the letters of the original huge block of text that I blurted. Crossed out most of them and turned other ones into dicks and stuff, but by the end of it, what's left in clear text is an incredibly rude phrase.
Big Fred just sort of chuckles.
Creature is going to take the poster off
Oh,
and mostly and look kind of at Iticus and go, "Please, gods, let them not be able to read." Crumples it up and places it into one of his many pockets.
Okay.
And not even crumples it up, folds it up neatly,
Yeah, you're taking it with you. Yeah, it's a work
and
of
just
art.
kind of goes,
Absolutely.
"Thanks. I'm gonna frame this later."
Hellhound,
This
Hellhound
is-
showed up at the perfect time.
This is one of those days that you know is going to be special, and I want a memento. With
But
that,
after that,
yes.
Creature's gonna keep handing outfits out.
Yep.
And also Creature pulls out, like, he takes off his mask
Hmm.
and grabs a different mask that he's been carrying around with him.
Yep.
It's just not his preferred mask.
Yes. So
And this one
yeah.
is green and looks like a frog.
just a frog wearing all gray, just a big frog mask wearing all gray. Perfect.
No, he changes into purple.
Purple frog, a green frog,
Why?
with purple. Yeah,
Why not?
because it doesn't look like Creature. That makes perfect sense to me. We are going to have a round of narrative playtime. When Creature pulled stuff out of the backpack, he pulled out what? Bickford, you first. What do you end up dressed as?
Well, nothing fits,
No,
for one.
no.
He has, it looks like it's supposed to be a pair of pants for a
Yep.
normal, regular human laborer, but
Sure.
it gets to about halfway past the knee,
Yeah.
and the shirt rips the second he
Yeah.
tries to put it on. He tries to put on like it's a sort of a doublet vest,
Yeah.
and then he does the clasp and it blows all the
back
way up the
blows
back.
out. Yeah. Okay.
Back
so yeah.
blows out.
Yeah.
And he just looks really uncomfortable because he's not used to wearing pants ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he puts it on, he's just like,
So yeah, you now look-
it is the least convincing disguise ever.
I'm glad you said it first, because you look down and then you think about the poster you just looked at, and you think you now look exactly halfway between Bickford
That
and the lycanthrope in the picture and Beowulf.
Big
So you
fucking
look like you could be either one of them now. That'll fool him.
yeah,
Creature-
sure.
Yeah.
Creature thinks to himself, "Can we pass him off as some prince that got cursed?"
curse.
Beowulf.
Also, I thought our clothes were closer in size.
They were just narratively too small. It was perfect.
Yeah. It just
He now looks
it's-
like a
it's-
Rhodesian Ridgeback because the back of his shirt is blown out and
It's
there's this hair
it's also
sticking out all the way
the
down.
Like, Creature thinks of this and then he goes, "Wait a second.
it's
Super
the
skinny."
proportion. It's also the proportions.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh no,
You're a
like
7
Creature,
foot tall
super
dump
skinny.
Yeah.
I'm a 7'9"
You
bugbear.
It
Yeah.
goes, yeah, you're a wedge.
Yeah.
It's like wearing
Beowulf.
it's like putting a coat on a barrel.
What do you look? What comes out of that bag for Beowulf?
Well, he does not want to get out of his clothing. It's just something that he does.
Yeah.
He never wants to, only narratively when he needs to.
Yeah, sure. And to be
Um,
fair, you're a wolf in the picture, so.
mhm. What he does is he finds a big narratively big black cloak
Yeah,
that he
Yeah.
basically almost covers his face
sure.
and covers his whole body up, so he
Yeah.
looks like a retarded sorcerer or something.
Okay, so yeah, he's just wrapped up, so all you can see is beard and a bunch of hair and a big furry mustache, and
Yeah, you
Like I
can
said,
see
you're a
facial
wolf in the other image, so. Okay. And Iticus. Everybody's playing dress up. What comes out of the bag for Iticus?
Well, I'm guessing he has nothing that is like child sized.
If you want it to be, there is, and if you don't want it to be, then there isn't.
Because if this is from Creature, who is much
Mhm.
larger than Iticus, Iticus is
Yep.
going to try.
Yeah.
He's going to basically like put a shirt on, and it's going to reach the ground.
Yep. Yeah.
And his arms don't come out. And then he takes one of the cloaks and puts that on and puts the hood up, and he's just like,
Just out behind you on the ground.
Yes.
You look like some weird low budget wedding. Like that just it comes down and then the train out behind you. Oh, hello everybody in chat. I'm trying to make him be serious. No, I'm not. I almost said I'm trying to make him be serious, but I am not. But it has gotten silly. So that
Creature looks at the entire image.
Yep. Stunning.
We really thought this would work out better.
And Bickford's like,
Go with
this
it.
is why I don't wear pants. And just like, it just fur
Yeah.
comes
Oh, yeah.
out from
Yeah.
like because the pants are a little bit too tight as well.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause I
Do
should
they
have
rip at
mentioned-
Do they rip at the sides or?
They do not rip.
Nope.
What
Just from-
happens is
yeah.
it's just like two pants and then poof.
Yeah. Just below the knees.
So
It's
from
just-
like the knees down,
The
it's like
calf,
I'm wearing just fuzz, like one of those furred boots.
Yeah.
there you go.
So
Creature is sighing heavily and just thinking, we'll make this work. Just give me a second. Need to.
purple
Change.
robes. Purple robed frog.
Well, alrighty. Let's go away and get ready for all this.
Yeah, I feel the overwhelming urge to change your voice because that was on the poster, which you've stolen. Never mind.
So
You head
slow.
into town.
Oh no, I'm just imagining there have been tales of the blank-faced plague doctor.
Yes. Yeah.
There are less tales of the weird southernish frog.
Yes. Absolutely. Yep.
Well, let's
Oh,
all move around and get through the town, ribbit.
Apparently, Iticus looks like a very small Final Fantasy black mage.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
that works. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So,
Okay. Does
the
that mean
second-
you're going to try and sneak into town? Because this is like I almost said a gated community, but it's literally, it's got a palisade around it, and there's a gate in and a gate out, and that gate in front of you is closed, and you can see there's like wooden guard towers at the
Honestly,
sides. Yeah.
Bickford got the idea from the poster.
Yeah.
He is going to hide under a carriage as it goes into town. He's going to wait
Okay.
for a carriage wagon or something, and he's
Okay.
going to do
You'll
the
train
super
across
spy.
the border. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so Bickford, you head towards the side of the road and hide behind a rock. The 19, you're very well hidden. I'm assuming because you didn't say anything, you don't say anything to the people that are with you. You just go and hide behind a rock
Never.
and start
He just
staring
sorta
down the
walks
road,
off.
waiting for. Yeah.
He's like, he realizes this is really not going to work. You can't hide a bugbear unless the bugbear is trying to hide. So that's what he's doing.
So, team is a word we might use later. Next, who wants to go next?
It's also sort of threat mitigation. Like,
Game broken. Let's go. Yes, thank you. Perfect. Yes.
You know what? Creature is
This
going
just
to.
turned into honey heist.
We're going to grab Iticus's hand. and
Yeah.
Just go. For now, you're our little apprentice. So let's go into town. Lup-da-dup-da-da.
Iticus, how do you respond to that?
Says the words lup-da-dup-da-da.
Yes.
yeah, she says.
He did. Yep. Beowulf. Two of them are walking towards the gate. The oddest couple ever walking towards the gate.
He's gonna follow behind them,
okay.
trying to make it look like he's the one in charge, and they're just leading the way for him.
Okay, trying to look important behind the other two. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
You know what?
The adult.
No, this is one small thing I forgot to. Creature somehow has these weird green gloves and feet that make him look like just a giant frog person.
That's part of an outfit. Yeah, sure. It's all one outfit. Makes it's all fine.
And they make like one of those terrible flip-flop sounds whenever he moves.
Flap, 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 flap. Yeah. I'm seeing these legs walk by as I'm underneath the carriage.
Yep. Well, we're gonna get to your carriage at a very appropriate moment, but first, the three of you approaching the gate. You see as you get close, in each tower there are 2 guards, each with crossbows. And one of the towers, a third guard with a fancier hat pops up, so he must be in charge. And he leans out over the parapet and says, why do you need to come into town?
Look, buddy, old pal, we're traveling doctors. I'm Professor Lilypad. This is my assistant, Minus. And this over here is the lovely, lovely Otis.
Did you say doctor?
Yes, we're all, well, I'm especially the doctor. Minus helps me carry my tools. And Otis deals with the, I guess you would call it payment.
He turns away for a second and starts to mutter something.
For some reason, he doesn't quite trust us with the money.
He turns away from you a moment and has a chat with the guards. And there's this, it's getting kind of dark, so it's a little difficult to see at the start. It looks like somebody's tied a rope around a sack and they're now lowering it out of the window of the parapet and lowering it down towards the ground. It takes you a moment to realize it's not a container at all. It's a human. And he gets to the ground and they put him down and you just hear, oh, and other sickly sounds. Can you fix him?
Well, I will most certainly see if I can do that.
Medicus and Beowulf both start shuddering silently in the darkness.
I've never seen Creature do this before.
No, in fact, if the two of you choose, make a Constitution check to hold back the giggle. Nope. That makes perfect sense. Idicus would never even consider it, right? Yeah, and Beowulf is not capable. Nope, we're just rolling gonna get a roll of crap tonight. So
yeah, we're rolling for RP tonight, guys.
So yeah, doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop, snort. The other two just crack up.
I do apologize. Sometimes they think I'm a little silly.
Do you head up towards the sickly person?
Oh yeah.
Who's now sort of crawling on the end of the rope, trying to get back to the gate. Yeah.
All of his bones. And just kind of walks over. All right, friend. Now hold still.
Yep.
And Creature does the most thorough examination that he's capable of doing.
Yep. Give me a medicine check. As you do that, the other two, Idicus, you heard, you're the helper. So what do you do?
Idicus is gonna walk over and just kind of hold his hands out like he's seen people do.
Yeah.
And not knowing what it means.
Yeah.
So it's just sleeves. Just sleeves.
Yeah, sleeves.
Yeah. And Beowulf? And still giggling slightly in my head, so yeah.
He works to compose himself.
Yep, get a grip.
Yep. Slightly, all right.
Yeah.
And he's gonna walk over and look like the Berenger of Death, because that's all that he could. That's all the guy can see is a big black cloak.
Yep. You just sort of drift up behind the other two and whoa. Yeah. So if the doctor doesn't work, you've got Death on board too. So yeah.
Hey.
So far,
Don't
you guys
diddly worry about that.
So far, you guys are not getting in. But speaking of getting in, Bickford, you are almost distracted by the spectacle over here going on
I'm
at
just
the
thinking
gate.
feet.
Yeah, you watch him walk by. You hear this because he's bellowing out into the gathering gloom. You almost don't hear the ox cart coming. You spin back, and there it is. It's an ox cart, a flat cart covered in hay. 3 people sitting across the front, clearly a family, a mother, a father, and a teenage boy. It's obvious because the 2 adults are both screaming at the child in the middle at the same time, and the kid's just sullenly looking straight forward and driving the ox.
Bickford doesn't know that side of family.
Yeah,
If we ever get to the Bark Swipe Village, you'll see why.
Yes, I imagine it's much more like dogs. Buddy!
A little bit different, actually. You'll get a laugh.
We'll get there.
Sure.
I'll take you there
Yeah.
one day. We'll go
there
there
we go.
and you can show me.
So Bickford's just like, this is the perfect distraction.
Yeah.
And he's going to sneak in, and he's gonna dive into the hay because he knows that's a better hiding spot. He's willing to sit there and be scratchy for a few hours in exchange for getting inside.
No problem. Give me a stealth check. Yeah. Ooh. That's a
Not
number.
so stealthy.
That's a number that's low enough that I get to roll against it. Normally, I often don't roll. I kind of just set a number in my head for the NPCs, but yeah.
Oh shit.
So, you thump into the hay. The cart kind of goes, Merk! Because as sneaky as you are, you're still, 150 kilos plus, like 400, 300 pounds or something. You're huge,
297.
Right? 297. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sneaky. But on
Still
the
heavy.
axle. The mother just keeps going. The kid just keeps driving the cart. The father stops, looks down into the hay, kind of reaches down and pulls a bit of it off of one of your eyes so you can see him, and he just goes.
I cast Charm Person.
Ooh, what do they get? A wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save against wisdom saving throw.
Against a 12. This is brave.
Fuck. I tried.
It's all narrative. Roll20 knows what we're doing.
Yeah. Roll20 knows
So-
doesn't like me.
Bickford. You try your shit. And the father just and gives you a look that is the equivalent of don't try your Jedi mind tricks with me. And he turns and looks up and says, Guards!
Oh, dibbly dibbly dip. Shit, we're fucked.
He starts
No, I just fucking bolt. It's just like
give me first a medicine check. I love this
medicine.
character. I'm going to keep him in this form all the time. Yeah. Give me a medicine check no, that was what, 13?
13.
13,
Do I get
yeah.
a vague feeling of what it is?
Oh, absolutely. This is a very virulent and very contagious form of the plague.
Otis, you better back up right now. Miles, you are perfectly well equipped to not be affected by this in the way that we need to be affected by things.
Oh,
it's about this
you
time.
said you're standing there with your arms out. Is Frid in one of the hands? Like just peeking out of the ends of one of these
Yeah,
sleeves?
probably. He's just like this.
Beowulf,
Okay.
yes. That is
Narratively, at this time, this
Yes.
is when I hear that guy calling the guards for Bickford, and I turn around and I go,
as you see this fuzzy,
There's hair sticking
Pile
out
of
of the
hay.
hay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
this pile of hay just sort of get up and jump off the cart and walk off to the forest.
he's gonna run over there.
Yeah.
No, don't. Sorry, no.
Yeah. He's gonna say, Fluffy, what are you doing here? Come on, let's get out of here.
So you sort of grab him as he jumps off the cart. The two of you head away from town. Is that the plan, or Beowulf? Where are you leading them?
Head towards the door.
You're gonna try and walk. You're just. They've called our bluff. Let's double down. Creature.
Yeah.
No.
Hold
Hold on. Let's
Yeah.
see
I don't
if
have
he
the little
actually
time
plays
for
along.
all the diddly diddlies and the
Bigford doesn't hear you. He's running.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you're
Bigford does not.
with the now. I asked you for that roll earlier, creature, because just as you figure out that they've got the plague, you hear an order from up top. Nope, 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 and they start reeling your patient back in.
Okay, I really don't have the time for this. And quickly, faster than with hands as fast as lightning, and it's a
Yes.
little bit frightening. He essentially uses flurry of a flurry of blows
Okay.
with hands of healing, because that
Alright.
allows me to use as a my mystical touch
Yeah.
and mend wounds as an action. You can spend 1 key point to touch a
Yeah.
creature and restore a number of hit points equal to
Replace
the
one
roll
of the unarmed strikes with the use of this feature without spending a key point for the healing.
And when you use flurry of blows, yeah, you can replace one of the unarmed strikes with the use
Okay.
of this feature.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna even, because again, it doesn't really matter. It for the purposes of this, yeah. As they start to reel him away, your big frog hands go tuck, 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 and as he goes
Little
up,
tiny suction cup sounds coming
Yeah.
off.
oh, you did cupping. You've invented
Oh.
cupping, and you
Yeah.
suck the toxin out. They're actually healthier as they reel them back over the fence than they were when they dropped them down to you, but they have just reeled a plague victim back into their town.
So I'm gonna have you explain to me exactly what you're thinking you're doing with my patient and why you're bringing them back into that damn town.
Iticus and Beowulf, things are going pear-shaped.
Bugbear shit.
But Iticus hasn't done anything in a long time, so I just want to make sure this the person in the robe and your friend who doesn't wear pants, your furry friend who doesn't wear pants, are just walking towards a locked gate. A frog that you used to know as a person with no face is yelling at the people in the tower to give him his patient back. And you are standing there with Frid out in one hand and have not moved for many, many seconds. What does Iticus do?
Iticus is bored. So he's gonna put his hands down
Yeah.
and he's kind of like just looking around for anything shiny.
Give me a perception
Default
check.
algorithm.
Yes, yeah, goblin algorithm number 1, find a shiny. Because you were bored, yeah, you're kind of looking around and looking around and looking around. There is a shiny. It takes you a second to figure it out because it's actually water dripping, but the sunset that's almost behind you is kind of catching it. But it's dripping into a little hole under the fence. That big. Under the palisade. Something like a
Iticus
dog
size.
or something has gone through there. Yeah.
So it's Iticus size,
It
right?
is exactly and precisely Iticus sized. Because I love the idea of you this little goblin standing there and finally going. So yes.
He's gonna go through the hole.
Okay. This tiny little black robed figure just walks over and drops down into this hole. The guards got bigger problems right now.
I have a question. How tall is the guard tower?
About 15 feet to the bottom, and then the parapet above that. So 5 meters and then a meter of
Oh,
parapet.
I can make that in
Yeah.
instant.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Bickford and Beowulf, you step up to the gate. It is 2 very heavy wooden doors. You can see the gap between them, and you can see beyond it the big wooden crossbar that they've got holding it shut.
I mutter in Goblin, this is never going to work, and start looking around for thieves' cant symbols. I'm trying to think maybe if this is some place that highway robbers have hit before, maybe there's another way in.
Yes.
Someplace I'll have
Give
to take a look
me
at in a
give me a
couple hours.
perception check. Yeah. Actually, investigation. This would be investigation.
Investigation?
You're not looking for something, you're looking for something
11.
specific. You see a couple of glyphs. One of them, it's too worn. You can't really tell what it says. But the other one says basically the equivalent of turn around and run. this place is nuts secure.
She shakes his head, looks at Beowulf, and says again in common, "This is never going to work."
Beowulf.
What do you think?
Just sort of, he's muttering, so it's
Yeah.
not like, "Hey, everybody,"
Yeah.
I'm obviously
yeah.
not a.
So only Beowulf heard. I'm good with that.
I'm thinking here. What do I have in my possession here?
Very large, very scratchy dog.
I'll give you a second to work with that. Creature.
Creature's in angry doctor mode.
Yes. Yep.
And he's beginning to drop his pretense. Now, I'm telling you right now that you need to give me back my patient, or I will shove my boot so far up your rear end that. And he's walking up the wall right next to the patient.
As a frog.
As this is happening.
So it weirdly, it makes more sense in this outfit than it does normally. But, yeah.
He's not a frog, he's a gecko.
So, and then he just kind of comes up and with enough force to sting, but not enough force to do any real damage. Or any damage, really. He hits the guy with the biggest hat in the back of the head. Like,
give me an unarmed strike. We won't do the damage, but give me an unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Because you're wearing frog hands, so normally I'd give it to you, but you're wearing frog hands.
Oh, he's about to remove all of that because he's.
That with suckers on the end is Frog's hands? Yeah. 22, yeah. 22. You absolutely just, and his hat flies across the room. Yeah.
And then Creature just takes off the mask, kind of throws it to the ground, and goes, "You have a plague town. Send me to your people, or I will eat you." This is very much a you versus the needs of them. And I'm very happy to throw you off of this.
He very slowly
go back
reaches down, grabs the trap
and devour what's left,
and opens it, and steps back. Idicus.
Is it? Oh, yeah. No, never mind.
You pop underneath the fence and come up. You're right beside the latrines. So it smells like people poop. But there's nobody around because of that. You come up right inside the fence and look around. There's some gnawed bones over here. And you look up and there's a whole big town in front of you. I keep doing this to Idicus.
Just release Idicus on a town that doesn't know.
Yes. Yeah.
Basically, in perfect goblin raccoon fashion, he's going to find the garbage and start digging through it.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. You start. I'm assuming there's a goblin garbage picking song. I just assume there is one. But anyway, maybe not.
If
I don't
there
know.
was, Idicus wouldn't.
He doesn't remember it.
Wouldn't remember it.
Nope. So yes, you're picking through the junk and the garbage. As you pull one piece of cloth, it's attached to something, and you pull harder, and a person comes up. They were sleeping underneath all this stuff, and you just pulled like their lapel a couple times, and then finally, this big face, almost as big as you. In fact, a face as big as you. Oh. Thank you, little one. Fred. This giant arm comes out of the ground, spraying garbage everywhere. Nice to meet you, Fred.
Oh, Idicus.
Nice to meet you, Idicus.
And
yeah.
Not quite sure what it means, but he'll like show him Fred.
Oh, that's quite nice. Look, I've got something. It's very different, but I think it's kind of... And the whole rest of the giant sits up. The garbage falls away from their plate mail armor. A huge sword rests along their hip. And as they stand the rest of the way up, they're taller than the stand beside you. I'll trade you, if you'd like. And he reaches into his pack, his bag, and I mean, this is this is a giant-sized bag, and he pulls out what to him looks like a little splinter of black stone about that long. And he holds it between the finger and the thumb and reaches down to you, and I mean, it's half your size. It's over a foot long, and it's just like black obsidian.
That would glitter so much.
This is the one thing that Idicus
Yeah.
won't ever give up.
I understand. To be honest, I shouldn't have offered you this. And they put it back in their pack. Thank you for waking me. I don't know what put me to sleep, but I have some business to attend to. It's been a pleasure meeting you, Idicus. Very refreshing.
Okay.
One more question. Have you seen a troll? Big ugly bastard? I mean, for you. No. Okay. Well, be careful, little one. This town's full of dangerous people. And, I mean, speaking of people, everybody within 3 blocks is just staring at this giant. Speaking of which, creature, in the tower, you look out into the eyes of a stone giant. This isn't some big lumpy hill giant. This is the real ass-kicking, full-size, armor-plated, smear you like paste kind of giant.
Because you're sick.
The giant is not, no. This giant
Why are
does
you
not get to
showing me
play.
this?
Oh no, looks at the guy.
Why are you showing me this? We're wasting time.
Are you showing? He's blaming the captain.
That's not mine. Not my. I mean, it's my problem. Not you. Can go. I got bigger problems.
Point me in the direction of your plate, and your town will be safe and happy again in a night and a half.
It's right in the middle of town, right by the well,
Good.
And he just leaves.
and just
So we
down
just
the stairs
leave.
and going.
Like
yes.
it's just there's no point staying. Like
Yep.
he doesn't care about the giant.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with him.
Yep. The two of you that are left outside, Bickford and Beowulf. You hear some of this, like the giant's voice is huge, you know, and then there's giant, and you can kind of see just like the top of a helmet above the wall. You sense that behind this gate in front of you now is pretty much empty. At least nobody's paying attention to it. What do the two of you do?
Bickford stands up because he was pretending to be a very large dog at Beowulf's suggestion.
Yeah.
He gets up, he looks down at Beowulf, is like,
In my line of work, we call that a distraction.
and he just sort of makes his way in.
Yeah.
Get this going.
Yep.
Let's get in there.
We call
It's
that a-
easy enough. Nobody's looking. You guys can just quickly climb over. It's only a 10-foot, fence, so it's easy enough for you guys to climb over as long as nobody's looking.
reach my hand over just by standing there.
Idicus, you look like you are resisting the urge to say something. What?
Idicus is just like, okay,
And,
and moving on.
Yeah, just right by, yeah. So just inside, yes, Idicus, you see a creature come out from the tower. And then right behind him, a couple seconds later, you see the other two come out from by the gate.
Oh, creature's back in his regular gear as well.
Yeah,
He's not wearing the blank face mask. He's too angry to remember that at the
right.
We're too
So
angry to
you're
remember
full
that. at the moment.
rise. Yeah.
So, oh no, not full rise. It's just like the chest is covered, but the face is, you can clearly see the face,
Right.
and it does not look human.
No. This is the first time we've seen the face, right? So,
Mhm.
what, like, how
No,
is it?
I've
Huh?
shown it to the people.
you described it before?
Yes.
I don't think you've actually described it.
Well, I can describe it again. Just let me pull
Please
up
do.
the picture in my brain. I pulled up two things. Not pull up the picture in my brain. I actually have I drew the thing out. So it's a very blank face. There's clearly a jaw that can separate in half at about here. So through out of the center line
Oh,
of
yes,
the
we've
jaw.
seen the art. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
There's a kind of a large hole here, and there's no eyes on the head.
Yeah. Perfect.
Just
So-
a very
yeah.
blank. It's like if you were to take a skeleton and cover the eye socket with bone.
Yep.
And
Gotcha.
remove most of what the skeleton looks like.
Yeah.
No teeth, just one solid plate.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the other mask for some reason.
No, that's
No,
exactly what the creature
that's
looks
the
like
actual
under the
creature.
mask.
Holy cow. Gotta get
The
that
actual
AC fixed
mask
before
is just
next
like a
week.
giant oval with nothing.
Okay.
A white oval.
So,
White
the
mask.
unmasked creature, Beowulf in the robe, Bickford in increasingly shabby clothing, and Idicus.
Bickford in hay.
All four of you see this giant, because it's all but impossible not to, heading towards the stables at the edge of town.
Bickford kind of looks to Beowulf. It's like kind of. Is this guy a problem? You're the one who knows about giants.
I don't see any problem as of right now, but if you want to follow and make sure he does not.
Well, I'm
cause
not following that. No, I'm not fighting that. Yesterday, I almost got ate by a vampire. No.
Not my problem. Not my time.
He's still
No.
watching the giant go because he's only really encountered and dealt with hill giants or half giants.
They're
at
just
best.
like a lump,
He doesn't-
right? So
He doesn't know anything about them.
This would be the first of the truly regal giants that you'd probably ever seen.
You know, he's used to the dumb ones.
Yep.
Creature's gonna stop just for a moment, thinking this isn't my problem. I don't need to deal with this.
Yep.
Stop. Look at the stone giant,
Yep.
and think those giants, as far as creature really knows, can't catch the same human disease.
No, they cannot. Nope. They are
So
not
he's-
zoonotic.
So he's walking over, and he's walking directly over to him and just kind of going, like tapping him on it'll essentially be
Ankle.
the calf.
Yeah. So you
Is as
follow
far
up.
as he
Yeah,
can
okay.
really reach,
you're
and
gonna-
just kind of tap him on the calf. Can I borrow you for a moment? Like
So
10
you head off to do
minutes.
that. You're not going to get there quite yet because I want to see what everybody else is doing too. Beowulf, you see creature head off after the giant. After he said, "Not my problem," then he goes, "Oh," and then starts walking off after the giant. You guys
Bill.
need to work on your communication skills, or not. It's funnier this way. Beowulf, yeah,
Gonna follow creature to
okay.
make sure the giant doesn't do anything, and because he's a giant killer anyway.
Absolutely. Idicus.
He's trying to find the next garbage can. He's gonna.
He's just looking for more stuff. Yeah, just
Yep.
well, I know the giant. They're nice. They're Fred. Yeah, all good. And so yeah, you start digging around some more and finding more stuff. You find some really nice. I know exactly what you find. You find a bag that's got a bunch of smaller bags in it. And when you open up the little bags, they're full of sparkly powders, and there's like a brush. You've seen this before. Sometimes people put the stuff on their faces. You found a bag of sparkly makeup. All different shades and colors.
Oh, that's good.
Sparkly or glittery, because that's
Both.
one of those.
There's
One
some
of
of
those
each.
suggests strip club.
Yeah, there's some of each. Yeah. All in their own little bags.
Okay.
Yes, that's what you find.
Bickford's actually
I'm absolutely categorically not fighting that. Where are you guys going?
Yeah. Well, as Beowulf and Creature go off after the stone giant,
Yeah.
he realizes that that Iticus is unattended and a child.
Yes. Basically, yes.
So, not knowing how to deal with kids,
Yeah.
bugbear children kind of just sort of deal with themselves.
Yeah.
He's just gonna sort of like do the bugbear thing and watch. He's gonna
Just watch Iticus?
He's
Yeah.
gonna watch Iticus while kind of also keeping an eye on the other two.
Oh, you're doing that parent standing at the corner thing? Watching
Yeah, a
the
little
older
bit.
kids sell dope to the neighbors, and then watching the young kid back peeing in the pool. Yeah, okay, yeah,
A little bit of that. Yeah, it's
You're,
more.
I'm just
more
taking
for,
his and your natural environment into account.
more
You're
for
a bugbear.
more for entertainment purposes in the latter case, but
Yes.
still, I mean, Iticus is a precious cinnamon bun and must be protected at all times.
Yes.
So he's still going to keep an eye on Iticus more than.
So
the
Iticus,
other
you wear a black robe. You have a bag of makeup in your hand. I want this to start before I run the other two into the other encounter. I want to see, because Bickford's watching from a distance. I'm assuming you don't notice you have a bag of shiny and flashy and sparkly.
Yeah, no, he just sees that Iticus is very, very interested in something.
Iticus is going to be giving himself like a faux makeover
Yep.
from only what he's seen humans do.
Okay. Yep.
So he's basically giving himself like a fake mouth
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you paint on a mouth. Yeah.
and like a paint on a nose or what he
But you gotta do this blind. You can't see anything, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
trying to watch yourself.
and then like take the shiny stuff like
Yeah.
you've seen and just do
Yeah, big
Like what the
over
kids
each
do.
eye hole. Some of it goes inside your hollow skull, but you don't notice because it doesn't matter. Yeah. There's some of it on the eye. Just you don't notice. But yes,
Yeah.
the typical child gets into the makeup bag sort of look by the end of it.
yes. And
Yeah.
he's absolutely sat down.
Yeah.
doing it.
Cross-legged with the bag of makeup, very
Feet splayed.
studiously.
I'm seeing the feet just splayed out.
Yeah,
the bag in the
middle. Yeah, you made a cup. You saw somebody do rouge once. You used lipstick, but yeah, it's all happening. It's all good. You're watching that, Bickford. You kind of forget. You look down the street, and Beowulf and Creature are just rounding a corner. They are getting very close to the stables, but they're going to be out of sight in a moment.
Well, at least the giant's easy to follow.
Yep, you can still see their head bouncing along, heading towards the stables.
That's honestly good enough for him.
Yep. As the two of you follow the
Iticus
giant.
is people.
Yes. As the two of you follow the giant around that corner, you see them get to the stable fence. And then you hear, "There you are." And the hand reaches down and picks up a troll with one hand and just and hurls them against the wall, the palisade wall. The logs break, the troll just crumples and falls to the ground. "So I was just getting a horse. I'm so sorry." And the giant takes 2 steps and with its sword, "If you can't feed me, you're useless."
Excuse me.
What?
Hello.
Turns around, sword still in hand, dripping troll blood.
Yeah, I don't care about all of that. You can save that for your next party trick. I need help with the diseased bodies. You can't get the disease. I can't get the disease. I need someone to throw these bodies out of the town so no one else gets sick and then causes this entire food supply to no longer be sustainable or useful.
What's in it for me?
Creature opens his bag, looks in it. "I can give you a fancy mask Or-
Food.
that really just, you're in a big town. You're already in this big town. What do you think's going to happen to the food supply when everyone dies from disease?"
I sent the troll to bring me 3 horses. The idiot couldn't even do that. Now I have to get them myself.
Who cares? We will set up a thing
the mayor will be happy enough that everything's been done and dealt with that they'll likely just give you horses and create some lovely system of bartering where you don't kill them and they give you food for free. I don't really care. This needs to be dealt with now. We can work out the details later.
I get all the horses.
I don't care.
And they reach
Let's
over
go.
and just rip part of the roof off, and without even looking, they reach a hand in and start rummaging around and come up with a horse. I'm not going to do the rest of this scene because it's disgusting, but you know what's
I
about
bet
to
it's
happen.
delicious.
I...
You know, horses not for me. I'm more
What do you need me
humanoid.
to do?
Mostly I need you to take the ones that are too sick to be saved and are then actually promptly executed. But those ones, and I need you to take them out of town and set them on fire. And all the clothes. I'm going to give you all the clothes.
Beowulf, you're standing right there. What, do you have anything to add to this?
He's waiting to see if the giant doesn't do anything, other than attack that goblin, which he's still a little bit in shock in, but he's going to keep his composure.
Okay.
But basically, he's just standing there, waiting to see what happens, and waiting also to see if he needs to translate in case the giant doesn't understand what creature is saying.
Sure. And with the hill giants, that certainly would have been necessary, but storm giants actually can speak common. So.
Oh, I thought this was stone.
Stone
Not
giants,
storm.
sorry. They can also
Okay.
speak common. The only ones that can't really are hill giants.
And creatures also, when was the last time you got a physical?
I've been buried in rocks for I'm not sure how long. My armor smells like garbage.
Yeah, we are
I
going
met
to
a
fix
little
that.
metal dude.
Oh, you met Iticus.
That's yes.
Yeah, you did Iticus become friends with you?
Fred, that's what the
Yeah, no, we're Iticus's friends.
Okay. Let me make this real simple. I don't give a fuck about you. But
I
do
don't
anything
care.
for I would do anything for that little shit. You pile him
Oh.
up, I'll take him out.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Also, one of the upsides, I'm going to be very clear about this. One of the upsides to us doing this, they start treating people like us a little better. And that means the little guy gets treated much better than he would be otherwise.
Where is Iticus? I forgot to tell them something. Now that you mention it.
At this time, looks around.
Iticus echoes across the town.
Car alarm goes off.
Yeah. Beowulf, how do you react to this?
Yelling in common, cut that out! I'm not common, I'm sorry, giant.
Giant. Bigfred, you hear this rapidly escalating noise down by the stables. You look over, Iticus is just kind of looking around, and you catch a glimpse of like a Halloween pumpkin in the rain kind of a face, but sparkly.
Yeah, there's a quick. Nah, he doesn't make it.
A
There's a
7?
snicker.
Yeah.
There's a snicker.
Yeah.
And, and he climbs up on top of a house.
Yep. Yeah, you
And
can
just
climb
to sort
easy.
of
Yeah.
take a look, see what's going on. So he's got, he can see Iticus down there.
Yep.
You can definitely see what the fuck's going on over there.
Oh yeah, you can see now. So yeah, you kind of run along the edge of the house and look, and you see all you can see is the giant from like here up above the buildings ahead of you, looking down, talking earnestly with somebody. As you're watching, the sword kind of comes up and clanks against the shoulder, and you can see it's dripping goop and troll guts. They're finished the
Just
horse
like-
by this time, just so we can leave that behind.
Yeah. Well, it's the wrong color to be creature, so it's not that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't see who they're talking to, but you can see them talking to somebody. There doesn't seem to be a fight going on.
Okay. He's not going to keep Iticus unattended, but I'm just going to do a quick check on something.
As you're sort of thinking your way through this, Iticus, you hear your name reverberate through the city.
He tries to figure out where it came from,
Yep.
and he kind of just runs out from wherever he is.
Yep, just back out into the street. Give me a perception check. The power of friendship. Yeah, that's how this game works.
Oh.
9. Yeah, you kind of look around and say you can't see
Oh.
the giant. Yep.
It was supposed to be a
It's
19.
19.
Oh,
and
19
it
first.
rolled
Okay.
twice.
Perfect. Okay, in that case, you kind of look around and you can't really see anything. And then you look around because you can't see the giant, but then, all the people are looking one way. Everybody in this town, they're usually looking at you because you're kind of, people look at you when you show up in a town. And your friends, they look at your friends, but nobody's looking at you or your friends. They're all looking down there.
Okay.
And he,
Yeah, you did.
as fast as he can, in his little current little laugh
Little dust cloud behind the robe as you scurry down the
of
street.
glitter and
Glitter and dust. Like Pigpen from Peanuts, but it's glitter. Every time you stop, it's just poof, and it just rains to the ground around you. And because it's glitter, this is never going away.
nope.
So you down the street and go around the corner. Bickford, because you watch Oedicus run, I'm assuming you just sort of follow along from roof to roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get there, and as you come around the corner, Oedicus all sparkles, and you look up, and there's your Frid standing there, and he looks down and goes, Edic! And just howling with laughter, just openly joyful, beard waving in the wind of his own laughter, like Brian Blessed, but 20 feet tall, right? And reaches down and puts their hand open in front of you, inviting you to step into their palm.
Yeah.
They come up and the glitter goes, well, and you see some of it land on his nose and his mustache.
And proudly shows him what he found.
Yeah. Oh, with all of that, you could do one eye. Little one, I understand you want me to carry bodies out of the city.
Looks down at Creature.
Creature's giving you a thumbs up.
Yes, please.
You're far deeper than you look, little one. That left eye is amazing. And you can see a sort of a reflection in the plate mail armor. The eyes are very, very different. It's the first time. Actually, it's the first time you've seen your handiwork. In a curved pauldron on the corner of a sheet of moderately well-polished plate
Holy
mail. There's this
Jigglypuff.
shape. It's all colors and sparkles, and you look closer, and it's you.
More or less.
I shiny.
You are indeed. Okay, show me where the bodies are. And
Okay.
they put
And-
you down.
He kind of like does the best he can to like hold the hand.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you're way down here. Yeah, but he's done it. Like he's doing that granddad thing where he will put himself in any contortion to go with you. Yeah.
And he's just gonna look to Creature.
Creature's going to walk beside you, kind of leading the way, but at the same time still managing to walk beside the two of you and just go,
Yeah.
You had a good time?
I shiny.
Dumpster diving?
Yes.
Excellent.
Beowulf, the giant looks down at you and says in giant, why don't you walk on all fours? There's no point in lying here. Look who you're with.
You want me to change?
I want you to be the real you. And you take off that shirt. That looks ridiculous. As he looks you in the eyes on the roof of the building, Bigford.
Bickford flexes a little bit more and it just finishes the rip and just sort of falls off.
Yeah.
Swear to God,
I don't
those
think
are my
these
favorite
pants are coming
shirts.
off. Not without a knife.
Beowulf. What do you do? The giant just called you out, basically.
Very interesting indeed. He looks around. He's looking to see if there's anybody else around besides the group. Get off my screen.
There were for a
Group-
couple seconds. There were a couple of guards. They came around the corner, saw there was no fight, saw the giant, and went, "Yeah, not my job," and just walked away. So not at the moment, no.
He goes behind a building, drops
Yeah,
the cloak,
yeah.
transforms,
Hmm.
grumbling a little bit, and then comes back out.
Ah, that's better. Now we're all ourselves. Have you met my buddy in the castle yet? In the flying castle? The storm giant.
Beowulf can't talk right now.
Yep, no, Beowulf cannot talk right now. That's a good point.
No, not met. No.
So, you know what he's doing here? That's what I was trying to find out, but I got hungry and distracted.
No.
Beowulf has the fucking card.
Yes, he
And
does.
he's shifted so he can't get to
Yep.
it.
So you've not met him yet.
No.
Bigford shakes his head.
Do you know what his plan is? Why is he this far south?
I don't know. He gave us
And he does this, and
Mhm. Oh, his bloody cards. Oh, he paid a fortune for those and he won't shut up about them. Oh.
Beowulf is going to sit down next to Iticus,
Yeah.
set his bag down, and nuzzle it as saying that, as if to try and tell him that the card is in there.
Yep. Fair enough. For this purposes, yes. Iticus, you look over and you see the card sort of sitting right on top of the bag.
he'll grab it and go.
these.
And he reaches down his fingers and picks it up. And as he picks it up, it gets bigger, so it fits his hand. Yeah, that's the one. 4,000 gold pieces each. And he hands it back
Bigford's
to you,
eyes
and
are
it
like
shrinks back
saucers.
down to what it was.
Bigford's eyes are just saucers.
I'm trying to find him because he needs to know about this. And he reaches into his pack and pulls out that little splinter that you saw before, Iticus. This little piece of what looks like obsidian. But this time you notice a little clearly, and the rest of you notice it well. As he pulls it out, he kind of concentrates on it for a moment, and there's a sparkle of dark blue light that runs from end to end along all those sharp little edges.
Shiny.
It's a piece of something. It's broken, like the Ordning, and I think it's important.
Creature, fearing something, kind of quickly climbs up and looks on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Just kind of goes and just very much says, "Please don't be what I think it is. Please don't be what we think it is."
So I'll make sure I get the
Bickford's still staring at the card. Slowly mutters 4,000 gold pieces over and over.
So he looks at you and says, it is part of the Voronhad, an ancient giant statue.
Oh, it's not what we thought it was. Okay. And then just climbs down casually.
Yeah, he just totally fails to notice that he's been climbed by you. Just these or it's not a big deal. It's somehow he's used to stuff like this.
It's like a gnat.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Take this to him for me.
Both hands.
Okay.
I tried to give it to you earlier. Now I finally understand why. And he hands it to you, and you take it, and there's kind of a sparkle of blue light. Flashbacks to the wand room. You're kind of waiting for something to happen,
Oh,
but
no.
it doesn't.
The
Yeah.
the moment that expression is seen on Idicus, it's kind of swiped out of Idicus's hands. His
Try,
hands
yeah.
very, very
Mhm.
quickly and as gently as possible, to the
Idicus,
point that
do
you
you let it
wouldn't
go?
quite notice.
Yeah.
Does it hurt Idicus in any way?
Well, he said very gently, so he just, as you close your hands on it, this big creature's hand just comes and grabs it and tries to pull it. Do you resist or do you let it go?
Oh no, does the rock try to hurt Idicus at all?
No, not at all.
Then it's okay.
Yeah, okay, let it go. Make
And
sure
then
Harsh
creature-
Knight gets that. He'll know what to do.
In a flourish, it
Yeah,
goes into creature's pouch
yeah.
and is gone. And hopefully at this point they've reached the plague house.
You've gotten to downtown, absolutely.
Yes.
As you do, the giant says, well, I guess that's it for me. I guess I can go home now. But the horse, no, right, you got a job and I got horses. Right, where the hell are these dead people?
Yeah. Give me a few minutes.
Yeah,
Watch Idicus.
yeah.
You know what? I'm the only one that can actually go in, except for Idicus, but I'm not letting Idicus see this.
Good talk.
And and creature very quickly assigns roles to
Yeah.
be as careful as possible. Just hands Bickford his gear, and pretty much just really creature just kind of he fully undresses and he just walks out. There's no genitals or anything like that, so it's just
Yeah.
a weird skeletal bone thing. It's terrifying to look at.
Yeah. With the parasite
Bickford is
clenched to the
reminded-
inside of that.
You can't
Yeah,
you can't see it unless the
unless it's
chest
open,
opens,
right?
but-
Yeah. So yes.
Bickford is reminded of an old boss, someone he used to work for.
And we know
Yeah.
you do the what's it called? My brain is melting. The triumvirate thing where the dead, the dying, and the savable.
yeah.
Triage.
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 That was it. I knew it started with true.
I do everything I can for the people that I know I can save. The
Yeah.
people that are too far gone are quickly put out of their misery.
And then you feed. I assume.
Yeah, on the ones that are incapable of being saved, as well as then the ones that might make it. Creature
Yeah.
does everything he can for them. If he succeeds in helping them, they live. If not, like it's a coin flip for some of them.
Okay.
So, like-
well, yeah. I'm gonna interrupt because
30% die.
I am paced. This heat and the no AC and the smoke and the humidity is killing me, and I simply don't feel like I can keep up anymore.
No.
So I'm going. I know it's only 7:30 and we got started late, but I'm going to drop the curtain on tonight because I don't want to. I don't want to start something that then explode. I've already done some stuff. I don't want to start something that I can't. That I have to retcon later because I wasn't thinking right. So. Is all I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm not going to apologize because it's not my fault that this happened, but this happened and I'm pooped and I don't feel like I can continue. So we will drop the curtain there on tonight. We will start next week with the healing process and, to be frank, a completely empty town because everybody left. Between the four of you and the giant eating horses and the plague victims being taken out, by morning time, you guys are going to have this town to yourself. So you got a week
Yeah.
to think about that.
No one will know that the plague people are taken care
Nope.
of until
Nope. By the time they
They're
come back
gone.
tomorrow, a day after tomorrow, there won't be anything at all. But
There will be people alive.
yes, there will. Some of them that wouldn't have been if it wasn't for you. So, with that, I'm going to do a quick out here. Thank you very much to the Scarred Adventurer. Please go to their website. Be nice, and he'll let you join, and you can be creative with the other people. And you can also learn their magic phrase, which is, "Haven't done anything recently, but."
I'm trying to replace the phrase slowly. It's not going well, but it's be kind, be well, and be excellent to one. Sorry,
Thank you,
be excellent to one
Doom
another.
Donkey. That was not what was expected tonight. Anybody that's seen Storm King's Thunder and seen Calling Horns is went, that's not what's supposed to happen there. But we got this stuff done. So this is fun. Like I said, we're pulling the guts out of Storm King's Thunder and see what happens.
Yes.
So thank you to the Scarred Adventurer. Thank you to Bison Stonefist for Bickford, the most caring, uncaring bastard that's ever lived. Thank you so
They're
much.
rubbing off on me.
Oh,
These
yeah,
good
well,
people. Fuck.
it's like warts. I grow on you.
Yeah.
Beowulf, played by Solar Dasher. Thank you so much. We're going to get a Beowulf-centered scene. I'm building it. I really am. We're going to have a Beowulf moment here. We haven't really had one yet, so it's coming. It is really coming.
I actually just reread the backstory I sent you, so that should be
Yep,
interesting.
I read it earlier this week too. So yeah, I have a plan, but I'm too pooped to pull it off right now. And so's I don't forget. 2 thank yous for Sarah. 2, one for not killing me after I failed to introduce you at the start, and then another one just for playing Idicus the Charming. It is absolutely wonderful. Everybody's adopted you. Everybody, everywhere we go, is the Idicus the Adoptable. That's going to be your title at the end of this. That is the statue that they make will be to Idicus the Adoptable, and it will be sparkly. This is canon, and it hasn't even happened yet.
The statue for creatures is going to be him pissed off looking at a bunch of dead people.
just so you know, I have just decided this. You know the magic paint pot thing that is in, this is kind of like that, but it's makeup. So once you attune to it, you're going to be able to change your physical appearance just by putting on makeup. It's essentially a sparkly disguise kit. I have just decided this. And that is my last creative thought for the evening.
My last creative thought. We got one left.
There's a couple thank yous left. Thank you so much to chat. This episode and last episode, this is not what I knew we were going to do weird things to Storm King's Thunder. What I didn't think we were going to do is make it funny. And I'm loving this. This is amazing. It is such a serious, like universe-changing event in this world, right? The Ordning is broken. The giants have no rules governing them. What will happen? Gonna have a party. I love it. It is absolutely beautiful. Not only are the monsters going to save the world, they're going to have a great time doing it. So thank you all so much for that. I got all 4, right, this time?
Yes.
I got chat already. So there's only one left. I got to do one more before we do the out. I got to do one more, which is YouTube people in the future. If you watched all the way to here, please hit that like button because I'm going to assume you did. Thank you. Scarred, yes.
Oh, my thing is, can anyone guess why Creature removed all his clothes before going to the playhouse? Comment below.
Yes, especially on YouTube. Put in the comments. Yes.
Yes, or just send me messages going, Creature removed his clothes because of this, and I'll go, gross.
That gives him a week to figure out what he actually did.
Oh, I know exactly what I did.
Oh, you know why you did it. I know. It gives you a week to come up with alternate explanations because that's what I always do.
Oh, yes, they called him Streak.
Is it?
The fastest thing to make it be.
Oh, and as soon as we start talking about streaking, I can only remember the guy that streaked the hockey game and found out it's a very bad idea because he took 2 steps on the ice, fell down, cracked his skull, knocked himself out, and laid on the cold, cold ice while they came and got him.
I remember seeing that video. Oh my god.
It was the end of streaking as we know it. And with
Hockey streaking began and ended with that one guy.
That was it. It's like, oh, bad idea. Yep. Oh, okay. One more story.
just imagine
My
it
high
doing it
school,
curling.
the year I was in grade 11, there was the high school meeting in the gym where everybody's there sitting on the bleachers, and we got streaked by 2 grade 12 students who were wearing masks. So nobody in our tiny school had any idea who the 2 of them were, except we knew exactly who they were. So when you got like long curly hair, one of you, and the other one's the only guy in school that's got a tattoo, and you run to the gym going, "Woo, principals suck," in your own voices. Yeah, we knew who you were. Anyway, it was funny anyway. And no, you bastards, it wasn't me. Not that time.
But he wish it was. But he
yeah,
wishes
yeah.
it was.
All I'll say is not that time. It wasn't me. Anyway, we're going to leave now before it gets really stupid. As always. Before it gets even more silly. Until next time, please be nice to each other. Good night.
Bye.
I